Hello, my amazing students. Hello, my 10th class. How are you all? I hope all of my students are absolutely fine and taking care of their health and spending time with family as well. And definitely they are studying with Vedantu. All right, students, I am Anubha, your chemistry master teacher at Vedantu, and I welcome you all to the second session of NCERT and CBSE Class 10th. All the students who are having different state boards or CBSE boards, this session is equally useful for all the students. So do not miss it. बहुत important session है. Okay, because in this session we are going to talk about balancing of chemical equations, and I'm pretty sure इससे question आता ही आता है. So this is the way you are going to score good marks in this chapter by solving at least this part. No queries will be there till the end of the session. So do attend it, okay? And that too completely. All right, students. And you know that we at Vedantu trying our level best to give you safe and risk-free education, no traveling. At the comfort of your home, you can sit and study with all of us, all the amazing team we have. So, agar if you are from 1 to 12, any grade or JEE or NEET or whatever, you can get every course which you want if you go for the particular link. डिस्क्रिप्शन बॉक्स में सब लिंक है. अगर आपको कोई चैप्टर बेस्ड कोर्स चाहिए, अगर आपको लॉन्ग टर्म में इनरोल करना है, दैट मैम एवरीथिंग इज गोइंग फाइन, बट वी नीड दैट पर्सनल अटेंशन ऑफ द टीचर. वी नीड टू इंश्योर आवर ग्रोथ. कैन वी डू समथिंग फॉर द सेम एंड यू कैन इनरोल फॉर ऑल द courses that we have. So students, do it. Do the scholarship test. Give the scholarship test called as VSAT. Get the scholarship and get your admission done here. All right, students. So this is knowing about two things, that is how to write a chemical reaction and how to balance a chemical equation. First, when we know how to write it beautifully in terms of chemistry, then only we will get to know about balancing. So देर नहीं करते हैं, with the very high josh and energy, let's start the session, my students. Let's start it. So students, the first thing which I want to ask is how to write a chemical reaction in a good way. Do you prefer to write it with big terms like magnesium oxygen and magnesium oxide? It takes so much of time, and when we are studying chemistry, we will try to reduce the problems, not to enhance it. Okay, क्योंकि और भी बहुत problems है handle करने को. All right, students. So this type of representation is called as word equation. So students, what basically is word equation means? Word equation means writing the chemical reaction in terms of using all the names of the elements and compounds involved. But too much of work to do. So कैसे लिखें? How to write it with a good way, less time consuming way. So all the equations are not written in word equation way, but in a simplified manner, and that simplified manner is called as, students, what we call it? Skeletal equation, or you can normally call it chemical equation. Ma'am, what is basically a chemical equation? So students, chemical equation is nothing in which we use the symbols and formulas that is involved of reactants and products. Definitely we use the chemical reaction in that way. Okay, so suppose my hydrogen gas reacts with chlorine, I will write in this way: to give hydrogen chloride gas, not by using all the words. So method to write the word equation in a better way is to write it by using chemical formulas and symbols involved. So you can call it chemical equation, you can call it skeletal chemical equation. Okay, so shorthand notation, shorthand method, easy way to write it. So if someone will ask you what is a equation, what is a chemical equation, now you can tell them. So first part you have achieved. Now you have to move ahead and to understand more and more terms. So अगर ये बात समझ आ गई that every time we won't write it by big names but with their symbols and formulas, so let me check your knowledge. So give me the answer. Aluminium is reacting with hydrochloric acid to give aluminium chloride and liberate hydrogen gas. You need to tell me among A, B, C, D what is the best way to write it. Correct symbol and formula and representation. Waiting for your response, students. Give your response to me. Let's see how many of you are going to do a great work. And if you still want me to reply to all the comments, please give your answer in the comment section. Then I'll see what can be done for the same. All right, I know you got it. You got it. That ma'am, the correct answer is nothing but D. Students, not one thing. See how you make the chemical reaction so informative. I wrote aluminium, I wrote its physical state, that it's solid in nature. Hydrochloric acid generally show its property in water because it helps to dissociate to make H ions free. So aqueous, water based. AlCl3, when they react, they give aluminium chloride, aqueous, and hydrogen is a gas. Gas always leave the test tube, so that upward arrow. So what is you got to know from this equation, students? What I want to tell you right now, you can or you should write a chemical reaction with the help of all the symbols and formulas involved, and you can make it more and more informative. First step to make it informative means when I go to laboratory, at least I should know that my aluminium is in solid form. HCl is formed by taking the HCl gas and mix it with water aqueous solution. So what is this, students? I got to know I can write the physical states. I can write the physical states of reactants and products involved in the bracket after writing their symbols and formulas. So do remember it. Try to write every chemical equation with the help of making it more and more informative. What else you can do? If some temperature is required, pressure is required, if some catalyst is required, you can write it on the arrow. Catalyst which speed up the reaction rate. If this reaction must be happening in 5 hours, that maybe if you put any catalyst, any chemical substance, some specific chemical substance, that can happen in 1 hour also. So it speed up the reaction, speed up the rate of completion of reaction. All right, students, I hope you got it. I hope samajh aaya that what I wanted to tell you, that how should you write your chemical reaction in the term of skeletal equation. Okay, students, do remember it. Your skeletal equation must be or is the one which is unbalanced chemical equation. Now you will be wondering, ma'am, what do you mean by unbalanced chemical equation? Unbalanced chemical equation means the number of atoms of the reactant taken is not equal to the number of atoms of product formed. All right, the number of reactants, whatever the number of reactants are there, whatever the elements involved, उसका number of atom equal नहीं होगा to the number of product and उसमें जितने भी atoms involve होंगे. तो देखो यहाँ देखो, there is one potassium, one nitrogen, three oxygen, but here is 2 and 2, 4 oxygen is there. Reaction is not balanced. It's like we all have a basic skeleton, but we all look different. Basic skeleton is same, two hand, two legs, one face, and everything like this. So skeletal equation is just writing that what are the reactants and products involved. But the better way to write it will be balanced equation. That we write the same equation in such a way that number of atoms will become equal. So 2 potassium, 2 nitrogen, 2 potassium, 2 nitrogen, 2 into 3, 6 oxygen. Sometimes students are not so sure how to do it. So students, to decide the total number of atoms involved, you need to take the coefficient which we write in very starting and you have to multiply it with the subscript involved. That will be the total number of atom of that element. So 2 into 3, 6, 6 oxygen, 2 into 2, 4 oxygen and 2 oxygen, 6 oxygen, work is done. Alright, reaction is balanced. So one part is skeletal equation, skeletal chemical equation. One part is balanced chemical equation. And I really want my students to always write the equation in balanced form because it's too important. Because there is one famous scientist, Lavoisier, who told that in every chemical reaction, whatever the amount of reactants you have taken, and when product is formed, their mass should always be equal because everyone wants equilibrium, everyone wants equality, same as them. Whatever the elements you have taken, suppose hydrogen and chlorine, they will react to give hydrochloric acid if that is aqueous, otherwise hydrogen chloride gas. Okay, अब ये मिला. See, number of atoms are not equal on both the side. Here is 2, 2, here is 1, 1. If number of atoms are not equal, students, मतलब total mass of this will not equal be total mass of this, क्योंकि mass is due to atoms. If atoms are not equal, then mass is also not equal. So there's a very famous saying that said that atoms can neither be created nor be destroyed. You can't say that one hydrogen and one chlorine is destroyed. This is the way I will write it. That won't be a good method. Alright, students, you have to balance it. Okay, do remember it. So it is important to follow the balancing of chemical reaction. That's how always you need to write it into a better way. Alright, students, got it? That why do we need to balance a chemical equation to make the number of atoms equal on both the sides, which is very much important. Okay, बहुत जरूरी है क्योंकि सारे लॉस तो पढ़ने हैं हमें. Okay, and students, the first method we are going to discuss to balance a chemical equation is hit and trial method. Ma'am, what is this hit and trial method? Students, it's like hitting a number to our mind and we'll try to apply that whether this is helping to make the reaction balance. Okay, one more method that we're going to study is algebraic method. Algebra means we'll use normal alphabets like A, B, C, D. We'll take it as a coefficient और उसकी help से we'll try to balance. Ma'am, क्या क्या कैसे कैसे? Don't worry, calm down, calm down. Ma'am will help you. And stay till the end. जरा wait करो. सब्र का फल मीठा होता है. You will get all the information. So let's start by knowing hit and trial method, students. How to balance a chemical equation by hit and trial? Let me tell you all the step involved. First step is write unbalanced equation. So let me start with very basic thing के जो पहला step follow करना है student, that is write unbalanced chemical equation. मतलब जो भी equation you know, you need to write it into whatever the form is given to you. Just like this very simple equation, hydrogen and chlorine is reacting to give HCl. This is the very first step. Because if we know the equation, then only we can balance it, right? So this is the first step. Second step, do remember it, equation mat bhulna. Count number of atoms on both the sides. So it's like 2, 2, and here hydrogen 1, here chlorine 1. I counted the total number of atoms. Next step is add coefficient to make the number of atoms equal on both the side. That is whatever I told you, coefficient into subscript is total number of atoms. What does that mean? Sometimes students are like confused. Okay, ma'am, it's written like this. 3 oxygen. The total number of oxygen कितना है? This number which we write in very starting called as a whole number, हमेशा whole number रखने की कोशिश करते हैं. This is called as coefficient and we try to multiply with the subscript. Subscript जो नीचे लिखते हैं, ठीक है? And total number of oxygen is 6 oxygen atoms. So the third rule is telling that never forget to count the number of atoms in this way. So 2, 2, 1 and 1. This point is clear? I got this point and उसके बाद क्या देखते हैं? If necessary, reduce coefficient to lower possible ratio. इसको एक एग्जाम्पल से बताती हूँ. Suppose I have hydrogen, chlorine, HCl. And if I write it in this way, students, do see it clearly. This way. See? 2H2 means total 4 hydrogen, 2 Cl2, 4 chlorine giving you 4 HCl and here is also 4 hydrogen, 4 chlorine. I just told you this reaction. देखो reaction तो balance है but कुछ सही नहीं लग रहा. There is something which is not looking right, which is written here that if possible try to write the chemical equation in what way, students? In a way that there should be the lower possible number which is given to it. So I'll divide it all by 2 क्योंकि ये 2 से divide हो सकता है ना? It become H2Cl2 giving you 2HCl. Are you getting it? See, reaction is still balanced but in a better way because I'm using the simplest possible whole number, which is a good thing. Okay? So always balance the chemical equation in such a way that the coefficient you are choosing should be the minimum possible number. Okay students, now rule तो समझ आ गया. चलो अपडेट करते हैं कैसे reaction balance हुई. You can see it. 2 hydrogen, 2 chlorine, 2 HCl. Done, done, are done. Ma'am, step तो समझ आ गए. Can we do some example to make this hit and trial very clear in our mind? So yes, students, you can do. That is, if hydrogen oxygen is combining, I'm taking a very simple equation for the first place. See, 2 hydrogen, 2 hydrogen. giving two hydrogen, two oxygen, two hydrogen, one oxygen. What is not so great here that oxygen is not same, and I can't say that one oxygen is destroyed. So how to write it in a good way, students? That the reaction should be balanced. कैसे करोगे? कोई नंबर हिट किएगा, उसको ट्राई करोगे. Let me just try to show you. Two hydrogen balance. यहाँ टू ऑक्सीजन है, यहाँ वन है. नेवर ट्राई टू चेंज द फॉर्मूला टू डू इट इन दिस वे, वो गलत हो जाएगा, बिकॉज दिस इज another compound. This is not the same compound anymore. Do you get the point? तो क्या करोगे स्टूडेंट्स? जरा इसको बेटर वे में लिखेंगे. किस तरीके से कि अगर मेरा ऑक्सीजन 2 है, आई कैन राइट 2 हियर इन द वेरी स्टार्टिंग टू मेक द रिएक्शन बैलेंस. oops, but writing 2 here makes hydrogen 4 also. तो क्या करें, यहाँ 2 कर ले. And exam में you won't count in your mind and will say it like this. एग्जाम में बनाना पड़ेगा टेबल. इस तरीके से एक टेबल बनाओगे, लिखोगे whatever the elements involved, that is hydrogen and oxygen. इधर लिखोगे number of atoms on the reactant side, इधर product side. So earlier, if I say the reaction in the very starting, this is 2 here, this is like this. So write it in this way, students. कि मैंने क्या देखा, 2 hydrogen, 2 oxygen, but here 2 hydrogen, 1 oxygen. इस तरीके से टेबल बनानी है, and table में you will show that to make oxygen 2, to make total number of oxygen same, I have to multiply by 2. But as hydrogen oxygen connected, so it automatically multiplied by 4. Okay? तो यहाँ पे लिख दो that 2, क्योंकि 2 से multiply किया, that work is done, but उसके लिए क्या loss किया, ये हो गया 4. That means you have to multiply this by 2 also, became 4. तो जहाँ हाइड्रोजन था, just write that 2. Whatever number you are multiplying, use it in this way. उसको starting में लिखो, call it as a coefficient. Coefficient लिखा, reaction balance. All right, students, did you get the point? अब ये तो है एक equation. Let me take one more example. I took KClO3 called as potassium chlorate and I heat it. I got KCl plus oxygen. How to write this equation in a balanced way? Again, balancing तो समझ आ गया. समझ आया कैसे करेंगे? 1 potassium equal, 1 chlorine equal, but 3 oxygen, 2 oxygen not equal. How to make oxygen equal? Let's just see. कि क्या करो? Please pay attention on this point that जब भी oxygen देखते हो, oxygen whenever is coming out in elemental form, एक element के form में, वो हमेशा diatomic होती है. So you know that diatomic means it will always be an even number. तो जिससे भी multiply करोगे, it will always come out as an even number. तो इस reaction को ऐसे number से multiply करो so that you will get an even number, ताकि वो 2 के count में आ सके and then the reaction could be balanced. अगर 3 लिखोगे, how can you make it 3? Not a good way. Though you can do one thing, KCl balance है, 3 oxygen. If I write 3 by 2 here, ये देखो, oxygen atom ऐसा था, O. 3 by 2 means इसका भी half, 3 molecules का half. तो कितने बचे? एक साइड पे जब मैं हाफ करूंगी, 3 एटम्स बचेंगे ऑक्सीजन के. 3 by 2 you can see it in this way, ये कैंसिल हो गया, 3 ऑक्सीजन एटम. 3 by 2 of O2 means 3 ऑक्सीजन एटम. ऑलराइट स्टूडेंट्स, तो ये अगर बात समझ आई, तो एक तरीका तो है ये रिएक्शन को लिखने का. ओके, एक तरीका तो है ये कि KClO3 रिएक्शन बैलेंस, 1 पोटेशियम, 1 क्लोरीन, 3 oxygen. But as I told you, writing fractional number is not a good way to write it. How you can remove this fraction 3 by 2 by multiplying the whole equation by 2, ताकि ये 2 remove हो जाएगा. So it became 2 KClO3, right students? Then 2 KCl, सबको 2 से multiply कर दो, 2 cancel, 3 O2. And reaction became balanced. You can see it as well. 2 potassium, 2 chlorine, 2 into 6, 6 oxygen and 3 into 2, 6 oxygen, reaction got balanced. Are you making some kind of understanding? Are you understanding what I really want to say here? कि आपको समझ आ रहा है मैं क्या बोल रही हूँ? How to balance the chemical equation in a good way? चलो एक और इक्वेशन है, मैम कुछ और तरीके कुछ हिंट्स बताएगी to solve the equation. If you follow it, it will be very easy. Okay? और क्या hints है which you can apply to your hit and trial method? The hint is whenever you think that whatever the substance involved, see वो कितने time repeat हो रहे हैं. I have carbon that is repeating 2 times. I have hydrogen that is repeating 2 times. I have oxygen that is repeating 2 times. Ma'am, what is this? Hydrogen तो 6 and 2 8 times है. 8 times repeat नहीं हो रहा. Repetition means the number of place it is taking, जितनी बार वो लिखा है, ठीक है? Occurrence of it. So एक बार, दो बार. In the whole equation it is written 2 times. In the whole equation carbon is written 2 times. In the whole equation oxygen is written, sorry, 3 times. Are you getting the point? So जब बड़ी बड़ी इक्वेशन आती है तो sometime we can't even hit a basic number and can apply to it. तो ये कुछ rules follow करो, it is going to help you a lot. पहला काम, write the way, the number of frequency, the number of repetition they are having. अब repetition लिखने के बाद whatever is repeating the least number of time उसको पहले बैलेंस करो. बैलेंस इट एज फर्स्ट. बैलेंस फर्स्ट. किसको पहले बैलेंस करोगे? विच इज रिपीटिंग द मिनिमम नंबर ऑफ टाइम एंड विच इज रिपीटिंग द मैक्सिमम नंबर ऑफ टाइम. उसको रिपीट करो और उसको बैलेंस करो सबसे लास्ट में. लीस्ट नंबर ऑफ टाइम सबसे पहले, मैक्सिमम नंबर ऑफ टाइम को सबसे लास्ट में. जनरल रूल याद रखो, ऑक्सीजन को सबसे लास्ट में बैलेंस करोगे. ओके क्योंकि ऑक्सीजन सबसे ज्यादा इक्वेशंस में रिपीट होता है. तो देखो मैम यहाँ तो कंपटीशन है. आई हैव कार्बन एंड हाइड्रोजन. कार्बन हाइड्रोजन में कंपटीशन है. बोथ आर रिपीटिंग 2 टाइम्स. जब ऐसा सिचुएशन हो, बैलेंस दैट फर्स्ट विच इज हैविंग हाई मास और हाई एटॉमिक नंबर. whatever is having high mass, whatever is having high mass, उसको पहले बैलेंस करो. उसको पहले बैलेंस करो. So what you got to know by my rules, there is 3 points that you need to make clear first. सबसे पहले बैलेंसिंग कार्बन की, फिर बैलेंसिंग हाइड्रोजन की, फिर बैलेंसिंग ऑक्सीजन की. Are these 3 points clear in your mind? I'm sure it is. Yes, students? Okay. तो उसको करने के लिए let me make the space and I'll try कि इन rules को कैसे follow करेंगे. Okay? Be with my side, you will be clear with it. तो क्या पहले कार्बन को बैलेंस करना है. कार्बन को बैलेंस कैसे करोगे? I have 6 carbon. What to do that number of carbon became 6? I will write 6 here. No doubt in that. Carbon became balanced. I have 6 hydrogen. How can I make hydrogen 6 if I write 3 here? Hydrogen also became balanced. Carbon, hydrogen done. Now I'm left with oxygen. Last step to balance oxygen. How many oxygen? 2. But here is 6 into 2. 12 oxygen plus 3 into, यहाँ कुछ नहीं है मतलब 1. 3 oxygen. Total 15 oxygen on the reactant side. And यहाँ क्या करोगे? I told you 15 is not an even number, that is an odd number. तो उसको 15 by 2 लिखो. 15 by 2 लिखने से I told you 2 cancel. That means that there are 15 oxygen atoms. 15 by 2 oxygen molecule means 15 oxygen atom. So the way I wrote it is this. 1 C6H6 molecule combined with 15 by 2 oxygen gives you 6 CO2 and 3 H2O. You can see reaction is balanced. 6 carbon, 6 carbon, 6 hydrogen, 6 hydrogen, 15 oxygen, 15 oxygen. But ma'am, अच्छा नहीं लग रहा. Can we write it in a better way? Yes, students, as I told you that whenever you see fraction, you will write it into a whole number. अब कैसे करें? If you multiply the whole equation by 2, तो ये 2 कट जाएगा. So 2 C6H6 plus 2 into 15 by 2, 2 cancel. 15 oxygen, right students, gives you 6 CO2 and 3 H2O. Sorry, 6 नहीं, मैंने 2 से multiply किया है, तो ये हो गया एक सेकेंड, ये हो गया 6 into 2, 12 carbon dioxide, 3 into 2, 6 H2O. अभी देखो रिएक्शन बैलेंस है. 12 carbon, 12 carbon, 12 hydrogen, 12 hydrogen, and 15 into 2, 30 oxygen, 12 into 2, 24 and 630 oxygen. Everything became equal. So students, समझ आ रहा है? Students, मजा आ रहा है? Are you getting new things? Are you getting the methods, the good way to write it? This is the way you can always balance the chemical reaction by hit and trial method by following some certain kind of a rules. Don't worry, I'll give you a sheet. Try to balance the equation by the given rules. You will get it everything. All right, students. अब एक और मेथड है टू सॉल्व द सेम काइंड ऑफ क्वेश्चंस विद more efficiency, because maths is something, if you apply in a right direction, it will 100% give you correct answer and you won't even get confused. So let's talk about algebraic method. algebra use करेंगे, that normal x y z coefficient या a b c d coefficient लेंगे, जनरल नंबर, जनरल a b c d values देंगे और उसको यूज करके we'll try to balance the chemical equation. देखो, I have one equation that is C4H10, and you know students what is C4H10? This is your butane gas, and butane, but for 4 carbon, this is the gas you use in LPG mainly, liquefied petroleum gas. And this reaction is basically what? Combustion of your LPG gas. Burning in presence of oxygen is combustion, gives you CO2 water vapors to the atmosphere and energy released. है ना students? Can you remember it? Yes, wonderful. तो अब क्या करें इस रिएक्शन को बैलेंस कैसे करें? Algebraic method से. So go for all the steps and everything is going to be clear. पहला step है students, that whatever the coefficient could be that I don't know, I'll consider it with some, normal alphabet like A, B, C, D or X, Y, Z, blah, blah, blah. So here in this equation, they have considered as X, Y, Z or Z or W. You can consider it at A, B, C, D. Coefficient मतलब starting में whatever I am going to write, whatever the whole number that makes the equation balanced. और X, Y, Z and W का value मुझे find out करना है कि what whole number it could be. तो अब क्या है मेरे पास, सारे steps क्या है that I can balance this equation student. तो पहला step है students कि 1, 2, 3, 4 इनमें से जो भी आपको रफली लगता है that is containing the maximum mass, उसके coefficient को 1 मान लो. So if I can see ये सबसे ज्यादा heavy लग रहा है, 4 carbon and 10 hydrogen, heavy mass. What I will do, I will take this X as 1. I will consider that substance का coefficient का value 1 जिसका सबसे ज्यादा mass हो. अब मैं क्या करूंगी? What step I can prefer students? कि इस x के coefficient को use करके I will try to balance the other side of the equation. अरे मैम क्या बोले? Suppose मुझे कार्बन को बैलेंस करना है स्टूडेंट्स, so you can see कि मैंने बताया था total number of it will be coefficient into the subscript. So total can't I say 4x? Are you getting the point? It became 4x, right? और उसको प्रोडक्ट साइड से इक्वलाइज करूंगी, कार्बन है हियर एंड दैट इज जस्ट इक्वल टू z, 1 कोफिशिएंट वैल्यू, तो z into 1, z only. तो अगर मुझे x को सॉल्व करना है, I mean मुझे कार्बन की वैल्यू चाहिए, so how will I do it my students? कि 4x is equal to z. Are you getting the point? Are you getting the point? Do let me know कि मुझे x, y, z और w का वैल्यू फाइंड आउट करना है, और उस इक्वेशन से अगर मैं कार्बन को बैलेंस करूं मुझे मिलता है 4x is equal to z. क्यों कर रहे हैं हम? ताकि सारे कोफिशिएंट की वैल्यू फाइंड आउट कर सकें. x की वैल्यू थी 1, तो z का वैल्यू आया 4. ओके, लेट मी टेक यू टू प्रीवियस क्वेश्चन. अब ये वैल्यू 1 और यहाँ पे आया 4. इतना मैंने बैलेंस कर लिया. अब हाइड्रोजन को बैलेंस करते हैं. ओके, हाइड्रोजन के लिए क्या करेंगे स्टूडेंट्स? डू सी इट क्लियरली. हाइड्रोजन, चलो 10x. Are you getting the point? 10 कोफिशिएंट x से मल्टीप्लाई करेंगे, 10x फॉर हाइड्रोजन. हाइड्रोजन हियर कितना है? 2 into w. Are you getting the point? तो यही लिखा है कि हाइड्रोजन को बैलेंस कैसे करोगे? 10x is equal to 2w. I have x का वैल्यू that is 1, तो ये बन गया 10 2w. w का वैल्यू नहीं पता था, पता चल गया 10/2 is equal to 5. है ना स्टूडेंट्स? I got the value of my W also. मेरा एक और कोफिशिएंट सॉल्व हो गया यहाँ पे कि मेरा जो W है हाइड्रोजन के लिए ये है 5. अब सिर्फ ये बचा स्टूडेंट्स, है ना? अब ऑक्सीजन को बैलेंस करना है, जरा ध्यान से देखो. I need your special attention for this. ऑक्सीजन कुछ नहीं है, क्या था कोफिशिएंट y, क्या बनाइए 2y, राइट। फॉर ऑक्सीजन 2y इज इक्वल टू यहाँ पे 2z। जैसे मैथ्स में अलजेब्रा को यूज करते हो, इक्वेटिंग द नंबर ऑफ एटम्स ऑन बोथ द साइड इन द सेम वे। 2y is equal to 2z, but यहाँ भी ऑक्सीजन है, रुको रुको, that you have to add only w into 1, so that is w। तो कैसे सॉल्व किया ऑक्सीजन का इक्वेशन, दैट 2y फॉर ऑक्सीजन इज इक्वल टू 2z प्लस w। अब आई हैव द वैल्यू ऑफ z ऑल्सो एंड w ऑल्सो। z का वैल्यू क्या है स्टूडेंट्स, z का वैल्यू है मेरे पास 4 और w का है 5। z का वैल्यू है 4, w का है 5। तो try to put it into the equation right now. That is 2y 2 into 5 plus 1 second. What was that? 4 for z, w के लिए 5. All right. तो ये हुआ मेरा 5. This is my 4. All right. कितना आया students? 2y is 8 plus 5 13। 2y कितना है 13, y का वैल्यू कितना है 13/2। मतलब जहां y है वहां लिखोगे 13/2। All right, let me take you to the same slide. Let me clear some space for you. जरा स्पेस बनाते हैं इसको रिमूव करके, और ये जो वैल्यू आया अब मेरे पास, ये आ गया 13/2। मतलब 1, 13/2, 4, 5. Don't you think this is an easy method comparatively? Don't you consider this method as easy comparatively? Now you'll be like, ma'am, how? Okay, students, let me tell you. By this is more of mathematics. I calculated the value of x, y, z and w by considering mathematics. कि मैंने x की वैल्यू को 1 माना, that was having the high mass. कार्बन सारे के सारे एटम्स को बैलेंस कर रही हूँ कंसिडरिंग दीज कोफिशिएंट, कार्बन को, हाइड्रोजन को, ऑक्सीजन को, एंड बाय बैलेंसिंग इट आई एम गेटिंग सम मैथमेटिकल इक्वेशंस, और मैं उनको इक्वेट कर रही हूँ एंड आई एम गेटिंग द आंसर्स। सो डोंट यू थिंक दिस इज इजी? आई डू थिंक सो। अब द पॉइंट इज, डू यू लाइक द इक्वेशन राइटिंग इन दैट वे? कि मेरा इक्वेशन क्या था? I had my 4, 1 second, let me write it in a clear way, remove करते हैं। All right, तो क्या आया था, कैसे लिखा था हमने? 1C4H10, and then I can add by saying 13/2 oxygen. Here क्या था? 4CO2, and after that 5H2O. ये इक्वेशन था स्टूडेंट्स, एंड एज आई टोल्ड यू क्लियरली ऑलरेडी 13/2 नॉट अ गुड वे टू राइट। तो क्या करोगे, हम अवॉइड करेंगे उसको। और कैसे अवॉइड कर सकते हैं स्टूडेंट्स? अगेन ऑन द सेम नोट, जो इक्वेशन था इस तरीके से लिखा हुआ, 13/2 oxygen giving you 4CO2 and 5H2O, I can write it into a better way by multiplying the whole equation by 2, ताकि इस 2 को अवॉइड कर सकूं, फ्रैक्शन नंबर को होल नंबर में कन्वर्ट कर सकूं। तो क्या इक्वेशन बना स्टूडेंट्स? इक्वेशन बना 2C4H10, 13O2, 8CO2 and 10H2O. Isn't it the reaction got balanced? Isn't it a better method? There is Umang 1 also. वहाँ पे भी मैंने बहुत सारे example and ये method discuss किया है. You can follow those kind of videos as well on Vedantu. All right, students. तो हमने क्या पढ़ा? हमने 2 methods पढ़े. Whatever method is something which is suiting you more. कुछ बच्चे होते हैं mathematical is like they feel के वो ज़्यादा easy है. You can follow that, x, y, z, a, b, c, d, ये consider करके equate करो equations को and find out the answer. या फिर hit and try use करो by following the rules, which is repeating the minimum number of time having high mass, उसको पहले balance करो and then try to balance it with the same sequence जो सबसे ज़्यादा time repeat हो रहा है, generally oxygen होता है, repeat it in the last. I mean balance it in the last. Okay students, I hope it helped you a lot, but how do you know it कि सब clear हो गया? अगर आप ये करोगे, this is to do at home. These are some 5 equations I have given to all of you. Try to balance it. Give your answer in the comment section. I will wait. मैम समझ आया, मजा आया, कॉन्सेप्ट्स क्लियर हुए एंड सारे क्वेश्चंस भी सॉल्व हो गए। तो प्लीज क्वेश्चन करना बिल्कुल मुश्किल नहीं है स्टूडेंट्स, बहुत इजी है, बट प्रैक्टिस इज द की। एंड आई नो माय स्टूडेंट्स डोंट फियर टू प्रैक्टिस, दे विल डेफिनेटली गोइंग टू प्रैक्टिस, क्योंकि टाइम लगता है टू ग्रास्प द थिंग्स। तो ग्रास्प करो, ठीक है, और बिल्कुल बताओ कि समझ आया, है ना। नेक्स्ट में डिस्कस करेंगे डिफरेंट डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ केमिकल रिएक्शन, तो बिल्कुल मत भूलना। अगेन बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट सेशन होने वाला है, उससे भी एग्जाम में क्वेश्चंस 100% श्योरली शॉर्ट आएगा। ऑल राइट स्टूडेंट्स, एंड वी सैट का टेस्ट देना है, वेदांतु स्कॉलरशिप एडमिशन टेस्ट। गेट योर स्कॉलरशिप, ऑनलाइन टेस्ट है, घर बैठे आराम से, फ्री रजिस्ट्रेशन है, आराम से टेस्ट दो। ऑलमोस्ट 20,000 स्टूडेंट्स ऑफ 9th-10th अभी तक टेस्ट दे चुके हैं। संडे को होता है, सो नॉट लाइक टाइम कंस्ट्रेंट, and you can get the scholarship like these students, Siddharth, Nitish and Himanshu, 100%, 90%. Your name can also be there. All right students, so जल्दी से मैं चाहती हूँ कि मेरे बाकी स्टूडेंट्स का नाम भी इस लिस्ट में शामिल हो। All right, so do it and be a part of Vedantu students. I hope समझ आया, I hope funda became very clear, right students? So please shout out, please reach out to me on my email ID, that is anubha.gaur@vedantu.com. और क्या करो जल्दी से, अगर अभी तक नहीं किया है तो डू hit the like button, maximum like for your appreciation, that's what I want. जरा शेयर करो फ्रेंड्स के साथ, so their concept can also be clear. और प्रैक्टिस करो जितना हो सके, and do let me know your queries in the comment section, I'll get back to you. All right, students, with this happy note, I will take your leave. Do revise well, do attend the next session, do see the previous session, and ये था Umang 2.0 lecture 2 of chemical reactions. We'll meet very soon. Till then, please take care of yourself and bye bye.